In Chapter 22, Managing Personal Communications, Direct and Interactive Marketing, Word of Mouth, and Personal Selling in the course ASC1. The learning objectives are identify the goals for each pre-selling activities. Identify strategies appropriate for sales representatives to use during each phase of a sales presentation. Identify criteria to use when hiring sales representatives. Identify goals that should be accomplished in a sales training program. Identify techniques for evaluating the performance of sales representatives. Identify tools for motivating the sales force. Differentiate between transaction-oriented selling and relationship marketing, and identify issues that impact the design of a sales force. There are specific steps in designing a sales force. When a sales force is designed, it involves sales force objectives, sales force strategies, sales force structure, sales force size, and sales force compensation. What are some of the sales force objectives and strategies? In performing their jobs, salespeople complete one or more specific tasks, namely prospecting, which is searching for prospects or leads. Targeting is deciding how to allocate the time among prospects and customers. Communicating is communicating information about the company's products and services. Selling, approaching, presenting, answering questions, overcoming objections, and closing sales. Servicing is providing various services to the customers. Information gathering is conducting marketing research and doing intelligence work. Allocating is deciding which customers will get scarce products during product shortages. The sales force strategy also has implications for its structure. A company that sells one product line to one end using industry with customers in many locations would use a territorial structure. A company that sells many products to many types of customers might need a product or market structure. Some companies need a more complex structure and adopt some combination of 4 types of sales force. A. Strategic market sales force assigned 2 major accounts. 2. Geographic sales force calling on customers in different territories. 3. Distributor sales force calling on and coaching distributors. 4. Inside sales force marketing and taking orders online and via phone. Since representatives are one of the company's most productive and expensive assets, increasing the number increases both sales and costs. Once the company establishes the number of customers that it wants to reach, it can use a workload approach to establish sales force size. This method has 5 steps. Step 1. Group customers into size classes according to annual sales volume. Step 2. Establish desirable call frequencies for each customer class. Step 3. Multiply the number of accounts in each size class by the corresponding call frequency to arrive at the total workload for the country and sales calls per year. Step 4. Determine the average number of calls the sales representative can make per year. Step 5 is divide the total annual calls required by the average annual calls made by a sales representative to arrive at the number of sales representatives needed. The company must quantify 4 components of sales force compensation. The fixed amount, a salary satisfies the need for income stability. The variable amount, whether commissions, bonus, or profit sharing, serves to stimulate and reward it for it. Expense allowances enable sales reps to meet the costs of travel and entertaining on the company's behalf. Benefits such as paid vacation, sickness, or accident benefits, pensions and health, and life insurance provide security and job satisfaction. Fixed compensation is common in jobs with high ratio of non-selling to selling duties and jobs where the selling task is technically complex and requires teamwork. Variable compensation works best where sales are cyclical or depend on individual initiative. Today's customers expect salespeople to have deep product knowledge and ideas to improve operations and be efficient and reliable. These demands have required companies to make a much greater investment in sales training. 2 of the most prominent requirements or purpose of training sales force is understanding company culture and deep product knowledge. Evaluating sales force. Sales force can be evaluated using sales reports. There are various kinds of parameters identified in sales reports. I'll just name a few. Average number of sales calls per salesperson per day, average sales call time per contact, or average cost per sales call, or the number of lost customers per period. Now the majority of sales representatives required encouragement and special incentives, especially those in the field who encounter daily challenges. Most marketers believe that the higher the salesperson's motivation, the greater the effort and the resulting performance rewards and satisfaction, all of which in turn. For the increased motivation, intrinsic versus extrinsic rewards have some positives. Marketers reinforce intrinsic and extrinsic rewards of all types. One research study found the employer reward with the highest value was pay, followed by promotion, personal growth, and sense of accomplishment. Least value were liking and respect, security, and recognition. In other words, salespeople are highly motivated by pay and the chance to get ahead and satisfy their intrinsic need, and they may be less motivated by compliments and security. Many companies set annual sales quotas developed from the annual marketing plan for dollar sales, unit volume, margin selling, and further activity or product type. When compensation is often tied to degree of quota fulfillment, that might help motivate salespeople. The principles of personal selling and negotiation are largely transaction-oriented because the purpose is to close a specific sale. But in many cases, the company seeks not an immediate sale, but rather a long-term supply-customer relationship, and that's relationship-oriented sales negotiation strategies. Do these customers prefer suppliers who can sell and deliver a coordinated set of products and services to many locations, who can quickly solve problems in different locations, and who can work closely with customer teams to improve products and processes? Now there are 6 steps in the sales process. The first step is prospecting and qualifying. The first step in selling is to identify and qualify prospects. More companies are taking responsibility for finding and qualifying leads so salespeople can use their expensive time doing what they do best, selling. The salesperson needs to learn as much as possible about the prospect's company, what it needs, who takes part in the purchase decision, and its buyer's personal characteristics and buying styles. How is the purchasing process conducted at the company? How is it structured? That is all a very important part to be addressed in step 2, which is pre-approach and approach. Now, the third step is presentation and demonstration. Here, the salesperson tells the product story to the buyer using an FABV approach. That is features, advantages, benefits, and value. Features describe physical characteristic of a market offering. Advantages describe why the features give the customer an edge. Benefits describe the economic, technical, service, and social pluses delivered. Value describes the offering's worth, often in monetary terms. Step number 4 is handling objections. Customers typically pose objections could be psychological resistance that includes resistance to interference, preference for established supply, sources of brands, apathy, reluctance to give up something, and so on. Or they could be logical resistance that might be objections to the price, delivery schedule, or product or company characteristic. The next step is closing. Closing signs from the buyer include physical actions, statements of comments, and questions. Reps can ask for the order, recapitulate the points of agreement offered to help write up the order, ask whether the buyer wants A or B, get the buyer to make minor choices such as color or size, or indicate what the buyer will lose by not placing the order now. Follow-up and maintenance are necessary to ensure customer satisfaction and repeat business. Immediately after closing, the salesperson should cement any necessary details about delivery time, purchase terms, and other matters is important to the customer. He or she should schedule a follow-up call after delivery to ensure proper installation, instruction, and servicing, and to detect any problems. Assure the buyer of his or her interest, and reduce any cognitive dissonance. In summary, direct marketing is an interactive marketing system that uses one or more media to effect a measurable response or transaction at any location. Direct marketing, especially electronic marketing, is showing explosive growth. Direct marketers plan campaigns by deciding on objectives, target markets and prospects, offers, and prices. Next, they test and establish measures to determine the campaign's success. Major channels for direct marketing include face-to-face selling, direct mail, catalog marketing, telemarketing, interactive TV, kiosks, websites, and mobile devices. Customer relationship management often requires building a customer database and data mining to detect trends, segments, and individual needs. A number of significant risks also exist, so marketers must proceed thoughtfully. What are the pros and cons of database marketing? Salespeople serve as a company's link to its customers. The sales rep is the company to many of its customers. and it is the rep who brings back to the company much-needed information about the customer. Designing the sales force requires choosing objectives, strategy, structure, size, and compensation. Objectives may include prospecting, targeting, communicating, selling, servicing, information gathering, and allocating. Selecting strategy requires choosing the most effective mix of selling approaches. Structuring the sales force entails dividing territories by geography, product, or market, or some combination of these. To estimate how large the sales force needs to be, the firm estimates the total workload and how many sales hours, and hence salespeople will be needed. Compensating reps requires identifying the types of salaries, commissions, bonuses, expense accounts, and benefits to give and how much weight customer satisfaction should have in determining total compensation. There are 5 steps in managing the sales force. 1. Recruiting and selecting sales representatives. 2. Training the representatives in sales techniques and in the company's products, policies, and customer satisfaction orientation. 3. Supervising the sales force and helping reps to use their time efficiently. 4. Motivating the sales force and balancing quotas, monetary rewards, and supplementary motivators. And 5. Evaluating individual and group sales performance. Effective salespeople are trained in methods of analysis and customer management, as well as the art of sales professionalism. No single approach works best in all circumstances, but most trainers agree that selling has 6 steps: prospecting and qualifying customers, pre-approach, presentation and demonstration, overcoming objections, closing, and follow-up and maintenance. What are the learning objectives of Chapter 22 on managing personal communications in AST1? The learning objectives include identifying goals for each pre-selling activity, strategies appropriate for sales representatives during each phase of a sales presentation, criteria for hiring sales representatives, goals of a sales training program, techniques for evaluating the performance of sales representatives, tools for motivating the sales force, differentiating between transaction-oriented selling and relationship marketing, and identifying issues that impact the design of a sales force. What are some of the steps involved in designing a sales force? The steps in designing the sales force include setting sales force objectives, determining sales force strategies, defining sales force structure, determining sales force size, and establishing sales force compensation. What are the objectives and strategies of a sales force? Sales force objectives can include increasing sales, acquiring new customers, retaining existing customers, improving customer satisfaction, and expanding market share. Sales force strategies can involve territory-based selling, product or market-based selling, strategic account-based selling, distributor-based selling, or inside sales. What are the specific tasks performed by salespeople? Salespeople perform tasks such as prospecting, targeting, communicating, selling, servicing, information gathering, and allocating. What is the relationship between sales force strategy and sales force structure? The sales force strategy influences the structure of the sales force. Different strategies may require different structures, such as territorial structure, product or market structure, strategic account structure, distributor structure, or inside sales structure. How can a company determine the appropriate size of its sales force? A company can use a workload approach to determine the size of its sales force by grouping customers into size classes, establishing call frequencies for each class, multiplying the number of accounts by call frequency, determining the average number of calls a sales representative can make, and dividing the total annual calls required by the average annual calls made by a sales representative. What components are involved in sales force compensation? Sales force compensation includes fixed amount, salary, variable amount, commissions or bonuses, expense allowances, and benefits. What factors should be considered when deciding between fixed and variable compensation for sales representatives? The decision between fixed and variable compensation depends on the nature of the job, the complexity of the selling task, the cyclical nature of sales, and the need for income stability versus incentive-based rewards. Why is sales training important for sales representatives? Sales training is important to ensure that sales representatives have deep product knowledge, understand the company's culture, and are equipped with the necessary skills to effectively sell and build relationships with customers. What are some methods for evaluating the performance of sales representatives? Sales reports can be used to evaluate sales representative performance, including parameters such as average number of sales calls, average sales call time, average cost per sales call, and the number of lost customers. How can companies motivate their sales force? Companies can motivate their sales force through a combination of intrinsic and extrinsic rewards, including pay, promotions, personal growth opportunities, a sense of accomplishment, and recognition. What are some goals that can be accomplished in a sales training program? Goals of a sales training program include developing deep product knowledge, understanding the company's culture, improving selling skills, enhancing customer relationship building abilities, and increasing overall sales effectiveness. How can companies identify criteria for hiring sales representatives? Companies can identify criteria for hiring sales representatives by considering factors such as relevant experience, knowledge of the industry, communication skills, ability to build relationships, problem-solving skills, and alignment with the company's values and culture. What are the differences between transaction-oriented selling and relationship marketing? Transaction-oriented selling focuses on closing the specific sale, while relationship marketing aims to build long-term customer relationships. Transaction-oriented selling is more short-term and focused on individual sales, while relationship marketing emphasizes customer loyalty and repeat business. How does prospecting and qualifying contribute to the sales process? Prospecting and qualifying involve identifying and qualifying potential prospects or leads. It helps salespeople identify potential customers who are likely to be interested in their products or services and have the potential to become paying customers. What are the steps involved in the presentation and demonstration phase of the sales process? The presentation and demonstration phase involves telling the product story to the buyer, using an FABV approach, features, advantages, benefits, and value, to describe the product's characteristics, advantages, economic benefits, and overall value. How can salespeople handle objections during the sales process? Salespeople can handle objections by addressing both psychological and logical resistance from customers. They can provide additional information, clarify misunderstandings, offer solutions to concerns, or emphasize the value and benefits of the product or service. What are some techniques for closing the sale? Techniques for closing the sale include asking for the order, summarizing points of agreement, offering choices, highlighting the potential loss of not placing an order, and ensuring customer satisfaction by addressing any concerns or questions. Why is follow-up and maintenance important in the sales process? Follow-up and maintenance are necessary to ensure customer satisfaction, address any post-purchase issues or concerns, and maintain a positive relationship with the customer for potential repeat business. How can sales representatives use negotiation strategies in relationship-oriented selling? In relationship-oriented selling, sales representatives can use negotiation strategies to build long-term customer relationships. They can focus on offering coordinated sets of products and services, solving problems, and working closely with customer teams to improve products and processes. How can companies use sales quotas to motivate salespeople? Companies can set annual sales quotas tied to compensation to motivate salespeople. Salespeople are motivated to fulfill quotas as it directly impacts their rewards and compensation. What are some parameters identified in sales reports for evaluating sales representative performance? Parameters in sales reports for evaluating sales representative performance can include the average number of sales calls per salesperson per day, average sales call time per contact, average cost per sales call, or the number of lost customers per period. How can companies reinforce intrinsic and extrinsic rewards to motivate salespeople? Companies can reinforce intrinsic and extrinsic rewards by recognizing and rewarding salespeople for their efforts and achievements. They can provide monetary incentives, promotions, personal growth opportunities, and a sense of accomplishment to motivate and satisfy salespeople. What are some customer preferences in relationship-oriented sales negotiation strategies? Customers in relationship-oriented sales negotiation strategies prefer suppliers who can provide coordinated sets of products and services, quickly solve problems in different locations, and work closely with customer teams to improve products and processes. What are the steps involved in the prospecting and qualifying phase of the sales process? The steps in the prospecting and qualifying phase include identifying and qualifying potential prospects, gathering information about the prospect's company and buying process, and assessing the prospect's needs and characteristics. How can sales representatives use the pre-approach and approach phase to establish rapport with potential customers? Sales representatives can use the pre-approach and approach phase to gather information about the prospect's company and buying process, understand the prospect's needs and characteristics, and establish rapport and credibility with the potential customer. How can sales representatives effectively handle objections during the sales process? Sales representatives can effectively handle objections by actively listening to the customer's concerns, addressing them with relevant information and solutions, and providing reassurance and evidence of the product's value and benefits. What are some techniques salespeople can use for effective presentation and demonstration of a product? Salespeople can use techniques such as storytelling, visual aids, product samples, interactive demonstrations, and testimonials to effectively present and demonstrate the features, advantages, benefits, and value of a product. How can sales representatives close a sale successfully? Sales representatives can close a sale successfully by using closing techniques such as asking for the order, summarizing points of agreement, offering choices, creating a sense of urgency, and providing reassurance and support to the buyer. Why is follow-up important after closing the sale? Follow-up is important after closing the sale to ensure customer satisfaction, address any post-purchase questions or concerns, and build a long-term relationship with the customer. What are the advantages of relationship-oriented sales negotiation strategies? Relationship-oriented sales negotiation strategies focus on building long-term customer relationships, which can lead to increased customer loyalty, repeat business, and the ability to provide coordinated sets of products and services to meet customer needs. How can salespeople effectively prospect and qualify potential leads? Salespeople can effectively prospect and qualify potential leads by using various sources such as databases, referrals, networking, and market research. They can then qualify leads by assessing their fit with the company's target market, needs, and potential for a successful sale. How can salespeople use the presentation and demonstration phase to showcase the value of a product? Salespeople can use the presentation and demonstration phase to highlight the features, advantages, benefits, and overall value of a product. They can tailor their presentation to address the specific needs and interests of the buyer, emphasizing how the product can solve their problems or fulfill their desires. How can sales representatives handle objections effectively? Sales representatives can handle objections effectively by actively listening to the customer, acknowledging their concerns, providing relevant information or solutions, and addressing any misconceptions or doubts they may have. What techniques can sales representatives use to close a sale? Sales representatives can use techniques such as asking for the order, offering incentives or discounts, providing additional value-added services, creating a sense of urgency, or emphasizing the potential benefits or consequences of not making a purchase. How can salespeople ensure customer satisfaction through follow-up and maintenance? Salespeople can ensure customer satisfaction through follow-up and maintenance by promptly addressing any issues or concerns that arise after the sale, providing necessary support or assistance, and maintaining regular communication to build a strong customer relationship. Why is product knowledge important for sales representatives? Product knowledge is important for sales representatives to effectively communicate the features, advantages, and benefits of a product to potential customers. It allows them to answer questions, address concerns, and showcase the value the product brings to the customer. What are the benefits of evaluating the performance of sales representatives? Evaluating the performance of sales representatives helps identify areas of improvement, recognize top performers, assess the effectiveness of sales strategies, and make data-driven decisions to enhance overall sales productivity and effectiveness. How can sales representatives be motivated to improve their performance? Sales representatives can be motivated to improve their performance through various incentives such as bonuses, commissions, recognition programs, career advancement opportunities, skill development training, and a supportive and positive work environment. What role does sales training play in enhancing sales representative performance? Sales training plays a crucial role in enhancing sales representative performance by providing them with the necessary knowledge, skills, and techniques to Effectively sell products or services, handle objections, build relationships, and adapt to changing customer needs and market dynamics. How can companies align the sales force structure with their overall sales strategy? Companies can align the sales force structure with their overall sales strategy by designing a structure that enables the sales force to effectively execute the chosen strategy. For example, if the strategy involves targeting specific market segments, the structure may be organized by market segments or territories. What are the key considerations when determining the size of a sales force? Key considerations when determining the size of a sales force include the company's sales goals, target market size, customer coverage requirements, sales force productivity, and budget constraints. How can companies ensure fair and effective sales force compensation plans? Companies can ensure fair and effective sales force compensation plans by aligning compensation with performance metrics, setting clear and achievable targets, providing transparency in the calculation of incentives, and regularly reviewing and adjusting the compensation plan based on market conditions and company goals. What are the challenges involved in managing a sales force? Some challenges involved in managing a sales force include recruiting and retaining top talent, providing ongoing training and development, setting performance expectations, managing diverse personalities and motivations, effectively communicating the sales strategy, and adapting to changes in the market or competitive landscape. How can companies foster a collaborative environment among sales team members? Companies can foster a collaborative environment among sales team members by promoting open communication, sharing best practices and success stories, encouraging teamwork and knowledge sharing, providing opportunities for cross-training or joint projects, and recognizing and rewarding collaborative behaviors. What role does technology play in sales force management? Technology plays a significant role in sales force management by automating routine tasks, providing access to customer data and analytics, facilitating communication and collaboration among team members, streamlining sales processes, and enabling remote selling and virtual meetings. How can companies use data analytics to improve sales force performance? Companies can use data analytics to improve sales force performance by analyzing sales data, customer data, and market trends to identify opportunities, optimize sales strategies, allocate resources effectively, and make data-driven decisions for continuous improvement. What are some effective strategies for developing strong customer relationships? Some effective strategies for developing strong customer relationships include providing personalized and responsive customer service, maintaining regular communication, understanding and addressing customer needs, seeking feedback and acting upon it, and consistently delivering value and exceeding customer expectations. How can companies adapt their sales approach to changing customer preferences? Companies can adapt their sales approach to changing customer preferences by staying updated on market trends, conducting market research, actively listening to customer feedback, leveraging technology and digital channels, and being agile and responsive in adjusting sales strategies and tactics. What are some best practices for managing a geographically dispersed sales force? Some best practices for managing a geographically dispersed sales force include establishing clear communication channels, leveraging technology for virtual meetings and collaboration, providing regular training and coaching, setting performance expectations, and fostering a sense of teamwork and accountability. How can companies ensure ethical behavior within their sales force? Companies can ensure ethical behavior within their sales force by establishing a code of ethics, providing ethical training and guidelines, promoting a culture of integrity and transparency, addressing unethical behaviors promptly and fairly, and leading by example from top management. What role does emotional intelligence play in sales? Emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in sales as it enables salespeople to understand and manage their emotions, recognize and empathize with customer emotions, build rapport and trust, navigate difficult situations, and effectively communicate and influence others. How can companies leverage social media for sales and relationship building? Companies can leverage social media for sales and relationship building by engaging with customers. What is direct marketing? Direct marketing is an interactive marketing system that uses one or more media to effect a measurable response or transaction at any location. What is one form of direct marketing that is experiencing explosive growth? Electronic marketing is showing explosive growth. What are some key factors direct marketers consider when planning campaigns? Direct marketers consider objectives, target markets and prospects, offers, and prices when planning campaigns. How do direct marketers determine the success of a campaign? Direct marketers test and establish measures to determine the campaign's success. Name some major channels for direct marketing. Major channels for direct marketing include face-to-face selling, direct mail, catalog marketing, telemarketing, interactive TV, kiosks, websites, and mobile devices. What is an essential requirement for customer relationship management? Customer relationship management often requires building a customer database and data mining to detect trends, segments, and individual needs. Why must marketers proceed thoughtfully in direct marketing? There are significant risks associated with direct marketing, so marketers must proceed thoughtfully. What are the pros and cons of database marketing? Pros: improved targeting, personalized communication, better customer insights, increased sales efficiency. Cons: privacy concerns, data management challenges, potential for customer backlash. What role do salespeople serve in a company? Salespeople serve as a company's link to its customers and provide valuable customer information. What factors are involved in designing a sales force? Designing the sales force involves choosing objectives, strategy, structure, size, and compensation. What are some objectives of a sales force? Objectives of a sales force may include prospecting, targeting, communicating, selling, servicing, information gathering, and allocating. How can the effectiveness of selling approaches be maximized? The most effective mix of selling approaches should be chosen. What are the factors to consider when structuring a sales force? Structuring a sales force entails dividing territories by geography, product, or market, or a combination of these. How is the size of the sales force determined? The firm estimates the total workload and how many sales hours, and hence salespeople, will be needed to determine the size of the sales force. What factors are considered in compensating sales representatives? Compensating reps involves identifying the types of salaries, commissions, bonuses, expense accounts, and benefits to give and considering the weight customer satisfaction should have in determining total compensation. What are the 5 steps in managing the sales force? The 5 steps in managing the sales force are recruiting and selecting sales representatives, training the representatives, supervising the sales force, motivating the sales force, and evaluating individual and group sales performance. What is the importance of sales training? Sales training helps salespeople develop skills in analysis, customer management, and sales professionalism. Is there a universal approach that works best in all selling situations? No, there is no single approach that works best in all circumstances. What are the 6 steps of selling according to most trainers? The 6 steps of selling according to most trainers are prospecting and qualifying customers, pre-approach, presentation and demonstration, overcoming objections, closing, and follow-up and maintenance. What is the purpose of prospecting in the selling process? Prospecting helps identify and qualify potential customers. What is the pre-approach stage in selling? The pre-approach stage involves gathering information and preparing a strategy before contacting the customer. What is the role of presentation and demonstration in the selling process? Presentation and demonstration involves showcasing the product or service to the customer. How can objections be overcome in selling? Objections can be overcome by addressing customer concerns and providing solutions. What is the closing stage in selling? The closing stage is where the salesperson asks for the customer's commitment or order. Why is follow-up and maintenance important in selling? Follow-up and maintenance help build long-term customer relationships and ensure customer satisfaction. What is the primary objective of direct marketing? The primary objective of direct marketing is to elicit a measurable response or transaction. How can direct marketers reach customers through interactive TV? Direct marketers can reach customers through interactive TV by displaying targeted ads and allowing viewers to respond or make purchases directly through their TV. What are some advantages of direct mail as a marketing channel? Advantages of direct mail include targeted reach, ability to include detailed information, and potential for personalization. What are some risks associated with telemarketing? Risks associated with telemarketing include regulatory compliance, negative customer perception, and potential for fraud or scams. How can a customer database benefit direct marketers? A customer database can provide insights into customer behavior, preferences, and purchase history, allowing direct marketers to target their campaigns more effectively. What is the role of data mining in customer relationship management? Data mining helps identify patterns, trends, and individual needs within a customer database, enabling personalized marketing and better customer segmentation. How can direct marketers use websites as a marketing channel? Direct marketers can use websites to showcase products, provide information, collect customer data, and facilitate online transactions. What are some considerations when recruiting sales representatives? Considerations when recruiting sales representatives include experience, skills, industry knowledge, and cultural fit. What does sales training typically involve? Sales training typically involves teaching sales techniques, product knowledge, company policies, and customer satisfaction orientation. How can sales representatives use their time efficiently? Sales representatives can use their time efficiently by prioritizing tasks, planning their schedules, and focusing on high-potential opportunities. What factors should be balanced when motivating the sales force? When motivating the sales force, factors such as quotas, monetary rewards, and supplementary motivators should be balanced. Why is evaluating individual and group sales performance important? Evaluating individual and group sales performance helps identify strengths, weaknesses, and areas for improvement, and it allows for appropriate recognition and rewards. How can salespeople analyze customer needs? Salespeople can analyze customer needs by actively listening, asking relevant questions, and understanding the customer's situation and goals. What is the role of sales professionalism in effective selling? Sales professionalism involves building trust, demonstrating integrity, and providing value to customers, which contributes to effective selling. What are some potential risks in direct marketing? Potential risks in direct marketing include privacy concerns, legal compliance, negative customer perception, and data security issues. How can direct marketers use mobile devices for marketing purposes? Direct marketers can use mobile devices to send targeted messages, display ads, facilitate mobile purchases, and collect customer data through mobile apps. What are the benefits of face-to-face selling? Benefits of face-to-face selling include building personal relationships, understanding customer needs better, and immediate feedback. What are some key factors to consider when targeting customers in direct marketing? Key factors to consider when targeting customers in direct marketing include demographics, psychographics, past purchase behavior, and customer preferences. How can catalog marketing be effective in reaching customers? Catalog marketing can be effective by presenting a variety of products, providing detailed descriptions, and offering convenient ordering options. What is the importance of customer satisfaction in sales compensation? Customer satisfaction should be considered in sales compensation to incentivize salespeople to focus on providing excellent customer service and fostering long-term relationships. What are some types of supplementary motivators for salespeople? Types of supplementary motivators for salespeople can include recognition, awards, career development opportunities, and non-monetary incentives. How can sales representatives gather customer information? Sales representatives can gather customer information through interactions, surveys, feedback forms, and analyzing purchase history. What are the benefits of an effective customer database in direct marketing? An effective customer database allows for personalized marketing, targeted campaigns, improved customer segmentation, and better customer relationship management. How can sales representatives prospect for new customers? Sales representatives can prospect for new customers by networking, cold calling, attending events, and using lead generation tools. What is the role of communication in the sales process? Communication is essential in building rapport, understanding customer needs, conveying product benefits, and addressing customer concerns. What are some potential challenges in supervising the sales force? Potential challenges in supervising the sales force include maintaining consistent performance, coordinating activities, providing guidance and support, and ensuring adherence to company policies. How can sales representatives effectively present and demonstrate products? Sales representatives can effectively present and demonstrate products by tailoring the presentation to the customer's needs, highlighting key features and benefits, and providing relevant examples or testimonials. How can objections from customers be addressed in the sales process? Objections from customers can be addressed by active listening, empathizing with their concerns, providing relevant information or solutions, and addressing any misconceptions. What are some factors to consider when closing a sale? Factors to consider when closing the sale include gauging customer readiness, overcoming final objections, summarizing benefits, and presenting purchase options. What are some methods of follow-up and maintenance in sales? Methods of follow-up and maintenance in sales can include regular check-ins, providing post-purchase support, offering additional product recommendations, and seeking feedback. How can direct marketers use kiosks as a marketing channel? Direct marketers can use kiosks to display products, provide information, facilitate transactions, and collect customer data in physical retail locations. What are the benefits of targeting in direct marketing? Targeting in direct marketing allows for more relevant and personalized communication, higher response rates, reduced waste in marketing efforts, and increased ROI. How can sales representatives effectively communicate with customers? Sales representatives can effectively communicate with customers by adapting their communication style, actively listening, using clear and concise language, and addressing customer concerns. What are some factors to consider when setting sales objectives? Factors to consider when setting sales objectives include market potential, company goals, product/service attributes, competitive landscape, and sales resources. What are some considerations when dividing sales territories? Considerations when dividing sales territories can include geography, customer segments, market potential, competitive factors, and sales representative workload. How can direct marketers use data analysis to detect trends in segments? Direct marketers can use data analysis techniques, such as data mining, to identify patterns, correlations, and customer segments based on purchasing behavior, demographics, or preferences. What are some potential benefits of effective sales force management? Potential benefits of effective sales force management include increased sales productivity, improved customer relationships, better market coverage, and higher customer satisfaction. How can sales representatives balance their time between various activities? Sales representatives can prioritize their activities based on potential ROI, customer needs, and strategic objectives, and allocate their time accordingly. What role does product knowledge play in effective selling? Product knowledge allows sales representatives to confidently explain product features, benefits, and value propositions to customers, thereby enhancing the sales process. How can sales representatives effectively handle objections from customers? Sales representatives can effectively handle objections by actively listening, empathizing, providing additional information, offering alternative solutions, or addressing concerns through demonstrations or testimonials. What is the significance of customer satisfaction in evaluating sales performance? Customer satisfaction is a critical metric in evaluating sales performance as it reflects the salesperson's ability to meet customer expectations, build relationships, and drive repeat business. How can sales representatives build rapport with customers? Sales representatives can build rapport by being friendly, attentive, and genuinely interested in the customer's needs, actively listening, and establishing trust and credibility. What are some potential challenges in training sales representatives? Potential challenges in training sales representatives include keeping up with product/service updates, adapting to changing market dynamics, and ensuring consistent training across the sales team. How can sales representatives effectively use technology in their sales efforts? Sales representatives can use technology for customer relationship management, lead tracking, sales presentations, data analysis, and communication, enhancing their overall productivity and efficiency. What are some strategies for motivating the sales force? Strategies for motivating the sales force can include setting challenging yet achievable targets, providing incentives and rewards, recognizing achievements, fostering a positive work environment, and offering career advancement opportunities. How can direct marketers leverage customer testimonials in their marketing campaigns? Direct marketers can use customer testimonials to showcase the positive experiences and satisfaction of existing customers, increasing credibility and trust for potential customers. What are the potential benefits of sales force diversity? Potential benefits of sales force diversity include a broader range of perspectives, improved understanding of diverse customer segments, enhanced creativity, and increased cultural sensitivity. How can sales representatives effectively negotiate with customers? Sales representatives can effectively negotiate by understanding customer needs and preferences, identifying win-win solutions, emphasizing value, and maintaining a positive and collaborative approach. What is the role of customer feedback in evaluating sales performance? Customer feedback provides valuable insights into the sales process, customer satisfaction levels, and areas for improvement, contributing to the evaluation of sales performance. How can direct marketers leverage social media platforms for marketing purposes? Direct marketers can use social media platforms to engage with customers, share content, run targeted ads, gather customer insights, and drive website traffic or sales. What are some potential challenges in managing a large sales force? Potential challenges in managing a large sales force include ensuring consistent performance standards, effective communication, coordination, and providing personalized attention to individual representatives. How can sales representatives adapt their selling approach to different customer personalities? Sales representatives can adapt their selling approach by recognizing different customer personalities, adjusting communication styles, addressing specific concerns or preferences, and emphasizing relevant benefits. What are some potential risks in managing a customer database? Potential risks in managing a customer database include data breaches, privacy violations, inaccurate or outdated information, and compliance with data protection regulations. How can sales representatives effectively handle customer complaints? Sales representatives can effectively handle customer complaints by listening empathetically, acknowledging the issue, taking ownership of the problem, proposing solutions, and following up to ensure resolution. What is the importance of ongoing training and development for sales representatives? Ongoing training and development keep sales representatives updated on product knowledge, industry trends, and sales techniques, enhancing their skills, confidence, and performance. How can direct marketers measure the success of their campaigns? Direct marketers can measure the success of their campaigns through metrics such as response rates, conversion rates, sales revenue, customer acquisition cost, and return on investment (ROI). What are some ethical considerations in direct marketing? Ethical considerations in direct marketing include respecting customer privacy, obtaining consent for data collection, providing accurate information, avoiding deceptive practices, and adhering to relevant regulations. How can sales representatives effectively communicate value to customers? Sales representatives can effectively communicate value by highlighting the unique features and benefits of the product/service, addressing customer needs or pain points, and demonstrating how the offering solves specific problems. What are some strategies for retaining top-performing sales representatives? Strategies for retaining top-performing sales representatives include providing competitive compensation, offering career growth opportunities, recognizing achievements, fostering a positive work culture, and providing continuous support and development. How can direct marketers personalize their marketing messages? Direct marketers can personalize their marketing messages by using customer data to tailor content, recommendations, offers, and communication channels to individual preferences, demographics, or purchase history. What are the advantages of using telemarketing as a marketing channel? Advantages of telemarketing include direct customer interaction, immediate feedback, opportunity for personalized communication, and the potential to build relationships over the phone. How can sales representatives handle rejection and maintain motivation? Sales representatives can handle rejection by maintaining a positive mindset, focusing on learning from each interaction, seeking support from colleagues or mentors, and celebrating small wins. What are some key factors to consider when determining sales compensation? Key factors to consider when determining sales compensation include sales targets, industry benchmarks, individual performance, market conditions, and the desired balance between fixed and